Hello, today I'm gonna talk about how I got 7.5 in the IELTS exam by using only ChatGPT and YouTube videos. First of all, let me explain how come I got college to record this YouTube video. Now I live in Switzerland as an exchange student, and as you know, everything is so expensive in Switzerland. So I didn't want to spend my money to buy new textbooks or start online eikaiwa again. So I just decided to study by myself and invented my own way to study for the IELTS completely for free. And as I mentioned before, I use ChatGPT and YouTube's. Especially two YouTubers helped me a lot. So right after I received the score, my result, I left a comment to appreciate two YouTubers, and I don't know why, but I asked to them that can I share your YouTube videos on my channel? Then two of them kindly answered yes, of course. So now I have no way but to record this video. I know my English level is not that high and not perfect at all, but I just want to leave this level of English as a video so that I can realize the improvement in the future. So I will just try to talk in English today. First of all, I'm gonna explain my background of English, and I would like you to listen to this recording, which I recorded 4 years ago in the English presentation class. When I was elementary school, I made it, and I was junior high school student. I made it by clay, 粘土で作りました。So I also I think I want to artist or astronaut. I can say like the average Japanese high school student. Or at this point, I was pretty confident in my English, even though I was mixing English and Japanese in the presentation, but I was confident in my English. Then at the university, I really wanted to study abroad, so I prepared for the IELTS exam to apply for the exchange program. And at this point, I scored 6.5, and I was satisfied with this result because I expected 6.0 or even less, so that was enough for me. Now I study in Switzerland and I got more motivated to study in the future, so I decided to take the second IELTS exam for the grad school.
But you've been studying for half a year, so you must be able to speak English, right?
No, not at all. As a geoscience student, I didn't have any discussions, group works, or group presentations, so I didn't have any chance to improve my academic speaking. And also, I didn't have any long essays. The only thing I did was coding, programming in Python, so I didn't have any chance to improve my speaking and writing during the semester. So now I'd like to talk about my schedule and studying hours, how I distribute it into 4 different sections. I still had the semester exams at university, so as you can see here, I spent most of my time for studying Python and earth sciences. But the rest of it, as I mentioned before, I was worrying about speaking and writing, so I studied about 30 hours per month for both writing and speaking. I studied so intensively for 2 weeks, so as you can see here, I spent more than 8 hours a day on average. So this is quite a lot, but I know that this would end very quickly, and on top of that, this would mark a significant milestone. in my career, so I burnt midnight oil month and end, and yeah, I did it. For listening and reading, I mainly or only use the British Council's official site, which you can use after you book the exam. So I highly recommend you to book as soon as possible so that you can reach for this free material. So from here, I'm gonna talk about how I combined YouTube videos and ChatGPT.
Let's talk about writing.
First, choose one video about IELTS writing part and stop it at the beginning and take screenshot and try to write your essay before watching the video. And second, ask ChatGPT to correct your essay, and here is example of prompt. I wrote this essay from the IELTS part 2 question. Can you correct this and let me know the common mistakes and how can I improve it? Also, can you give me some useful expressions and vocabulary on this topic? Or something like that. Then ChatGPT generate the corrected version of essay and make a topic-specific vocabulary list. They are so useful. After that, I correct it by myself like this so that I can review before the exam. Also, you can ask evaluation. For example, I asked can you correct and evaluate in terms of 4 different criteria of the IELTS, and it gave me feedback on task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy. So this is so helpful to know your current level. Then I watched the whole video and tried to write an essay from scratch, and I made these matome, separated in different topics and made template like this. And for this is part 2. I made these template, and I will put the link on description so you can reach for this template later.
Let's move on to speaking.
So I will show you how I used ChatGPT. I'd like to practice IELTS speaking part. Can we start from part 1?
Sure, so let's start with part 1. I'll ask you some general questions about familiar topics. First question, can you tell me about your hometown?
I was born and raised in quite big city, but still has rich nature. So the specific feature is that it has both mountain and beach. You can reach for both of them in 15 minutes by train.
That sounds wonderful. Having both mountains and beaches nearby must be great. Next question, do you prefer living in the city or the countryside, and why?
I prefer to live in the countryside something like that. For part 2 and part 3, they are so difficult to think of the answers, so I made it. For the part 2, I followed her way of generating the answer on this video. The thing is, you can start from thinking of past, now, and future, and some examples and impact or lesson that you learn from that story. The good thing is you can cover almost all of the point without thinking of the specific answer for each bullet point. For part 3, I use this template which she explained in this video. And for example, you can start from saying from here, well, if you ask me, then generate your answer in your brain, and the point is that, and state your topic sentence, and perhaps what it comes to down is that, then explain in detail. And if you think of some opposite opinion, you can defend like, well, I know what you mean, but I don't say it like that. I think, then emphasize your answer. And lastly, you can give an example. If you want to see examples, you only have to look at some example. Then at the end, I think that all these things together would certainly your opinion again. The most important thing is always record and listen to your voice again and again. Like you can see here, I recorded from the beginning and like lots of videos. This is the end. I practice with my friend. In this way, you can notice your pronunciations or grammatical mistakes. And for me, I analyzed like this is for the pronunciation. I listened to my recording over and over again and try to fix my pronunciation by myself. Even though like I still have problems, I know, but now at least I'm getting better and better. Lastly, I'd like to explain how I enhance my vocabulary. I made a vocabulary list, which I don't want to use that often. For example, a lot of lazy, tired, convenient, important, I think, cheap. You know, you use these easiest word a lot. But instead of using these words over and over again, you can try to paraphrase and use more like cool or sounds smart word. For example, instead of saying a lot of over and over again, you can say numerous, large amount of, plenty of, abundant, frequent, a bunch of, enormous amount of, or something like that. To look up for the vocabulary, I used this app, dictionary. You can search the word. For example, if you want to search the synonyms of really, you can just put really. And here you can see different synonyms, and the color represent the relevance of that word. For example, as for really, the similar words are absolutely, actually, certainly, easily, genuinely, honestly, and these words. So you can pick some of the words that you want to use instead of saying really, and like this. You can make word list by yourself. That's all what I wanted to say in this video, but the most important thing is that you can never be ready or you cannot study enough for the IELTS. So this is the good chance to book the IELTS, then you can't help studying for it. To be honest, the same goes for me. I've been postponed creating videos in English for ages. So this time I left comments on 2 YouTubers and pushed myself and forced myself to create this video, and I made it. So now it's your turn. I hope you like this video, and if you want to know more details, I made this scripted version on Note, so you can find it description below. Bye! こんにちは。今日は私がどのようにして IELTS で 7.5 を取ったかを説明します。